Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where we watch Blu-rays and take the biscuit. I'm your host James, joined by my co-host Jade. Say hello.
Hello.
It's time for Hercules.
It is.
It was supposed to be me and another guy, Mr. Aaron J. Watchers, or Aaron J. Watchers.
J. Watchers.
But he's not able to make it for this one, so I've had to settle for you.
Oh, thank you.
Ugh. Hercules is a banger, isn't it?
It really is. I love this so much.
Well, we just watched it. Okay, first, I've got a bit of a... I learnt a lesson the first time I watched Hercules.
What is this lesson?
Okay, I'll tell thee. Let me spin you a yarn.
Oh my god.
I was invited to a birthday party. I was 6 or 7.
Okay.
And we went to watch Hercules at the cinema at Crystal Peaks.
Okay.
Right? And as part of the cinema experience, I got a little kid's popcorn.
Okay.
Because I was 6 years old and there was popcorn. Yeah,
You just
fine.
said you were 7, so you're lying.
I was 6 or 7.
Is there any holes in this story?
There were no holes anywhere. Anyway. I got a little kid's mixed popcorn. You get popcorn and a sweetener drink or whatever.
Okay.
And I ate my popcorn before the trailers had started. I wolfed that shit down. Mm-hmm. When I asked if I could get more popcorn, they said no. From that day, I vowed never to eat all my popcorn until the film had started.
But we always have a really large one that we never finish anyway by the time the film's finished.
No, I appreciate that, but now I've evolved as a human being.
Yeah, babe.
But yeah, Hercules was the film I was denied popcorn for.
That's really sad memory.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
I feel strong now.
You were strong.
I felt weak at the time, but now I feel strong. Which is just like the movie.
Just like the film. Don't forget, you were strong. You was powerful. You can go to distance.
I am the distance.
You are the distance.
Okay. So Hercules, obviously, I don't know where this sits in the Disney Renaissance. I think it's quite late on.
It is quite late on, from what I remember.
Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King.
It's really... The animation is so different to anything else that they've done.
I think that is
Is it 97?
This is 97.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. I think it came out around the same time as Hunchback.
I was going to say, where it's Hunchback and Pocahontas fall around this.
Pocahontas was 95. Then I think it was Hunchback.
And then this came after.
And then this.
And then we get like Tarzan and stuff a bit later.
And then Tarzan and Emperor's New Groove, and then Home on the Range. Oh my god, we are blessed. As Disney films go, this is pretty strong.
I absolutely adore this film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you wouldn't believe. It's one that I used to watch a lot with my parents because they loved the music.
Right, okay.
So I really do have the nostalgia glasses on for this.
Did you had it on VHS as well, I think?
Of course I did.
Hey,
yeah.
okay.
I had all the kind of Disney compilation like CDs,
Mm-hmm.
and Zero to Hero was on every single one.
Yeah, but not all the songs were ever on those.
No, but I remember, this is really embarrassing, me and my sister trying to recreate I Won't Say I'm in Love with bed sheets in the garden.
Okay, who was who?
We would switch it up.
You'd switch it up?
Yeah.
You'd have a meg-off?
We'd have a meg-off. There's weird things you do as a child. Because, I mean, obviously you used to recreate Alice in Wonderland.
Who?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
When did I?
You told me you used to recreate it with your sister.
No, I said I used to recreate Aladdin, which is weird. But that was her idea.
Yes, that's the thing. There's always an older sister getting you into some sort of trouble, and that was me with my sister.
Yeah, we'd move the sofa forward and have a little bit of a dance.
That's really cute.
Yeah, we didn't care. The 90s.
Yeah, such a wholesome time.
I would describe this as wholesome.
It's so hot, especially Hercules and some of the jokes.
I would describe it as I think one of Disney's funnier ones.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Not because it's full of jokes, but because of character decisions or character facial expressions.
I was going to say, do you think the reason it's so funny is because James Woods was allowed to ad-lib as much as he did?
Was it ad-lib?
Yeah.
Okay. Fun fact, James Woods, usually when people do a Disney film, they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that again, whatever. Mm-hmm. But James Woods said, I think he said this in an interview, he said that he wants to do Hades all the time. So, if Hades ever crops up in remember the Disney House of Mouse?
Oh my god, yeah.
Right. James Woods was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't want anyone else to do it, I'll do it.
Isn't this getting a remake?
Live action remake,
Yeah.
with the Russo brothers involved.
Oh dear.
So it's probably going to be Tom Holland or some shit. But there's a petition to get Danny DeVito to do Phil again.
I feel like Danny DeVito is Phil, and I feel like James Woods is Hades. I couldn't see it being either or. But didn't Roger Bart do some of the
let's
Hades
talk
stuff
about what
on Broadway or something like that?
maybe. We'll talk about Mr. B in a
Yeah.
second. You've got a decent cast. Mr. Tate Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
He was Joshua in Friends. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think he's been in anything else.
I can't think of anything else he's been in.
No, tell a lie. He was in Rocket Man. He was the club owner.
I've not seen it.
It's really good. He's quite good in it as well.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, there's Joshua.
Friends, mates.
Friends.
Yeah.
90s,
careers,
right? Yeah. James Woods is Hades. Mr. Rip Torn. How do you feel about that name?
He's the lion guy, isn't he?
What?
Oh no. Two people are going to be like, what is this?
What do you mean, the lion guy?
I thought isn't he in The Lion King?
No.
Oh no. Oh,
You're thinking James
Earl
Earl
Jones? I
Jones?
thought they were the same person.
What? Would you like to see a picture of Mr. Rip Torn?
No, because I feel embarrassed.
How do you think... Okay, let me get a picture of Mr. Rip Torn up.
No.
And I want you to basically just tell me exactly... I know this is not hard. This is quite difficult to do on a podcast. But people who are listening, like, get a picture of Rip Torn up on your phone. Okay. What do you think Mr. Rip Torn looks like?
I've got no idea. I think he's quite a bit powerful looking. Like he looks like he's got a good sexy voice. I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong.
Well, let me have a look then.
Well, I think
Don't keep it away from
I
me.
think you're going to be shocked because I know for a fact you've seen him in other things.
Well, show me that.
You must have seen him in other things.
I have seen him in other things.
He's in Men in Black.
But I know I have. Oh, he's got such a powerful voice.
He's in Dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
exciting.
weird name though, isn't it? Rip Torn.
It is.
Hey.
It's a porn name.
That is a porn name.
Yeah.
Rip Porn.
I like it.
Ironically, it's quite difficult to be sad on the day of his death. He's dead now. Because people would type R.I.P., but that's just his first name.
That's just his name, yeah.
Like Rip. What about him? We know he's...
Yeah.
It's a funny joke.
Oh, sorry. Ha 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 ha.
The animation in this is a bit angular.
I love it.
Do you like the angular stuff?
Do you know what? I really do.
It's got style to it, and I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's colourful.
I love it. I love the way that they use colour.
Mm-hmm.
How they show the difference between the gods, and then when they're mortal, and then when Hercules is mortal himself, and then with what happens with Meg later on. I just love how they change the colours up on the characters. I think it's great.
I think, okay, we're going to talk about the film now, but I think it would be a miss if we didn't mention a certain PlayStation 1 game.
Oh my god.
Right? So, our kids in that age, whatever, but people would always say, oh, you got a PS1, that's cool. You've got the Hercules game? Oh, let's go.
Yeah, so this game I was obsessed with. This game was the reason that I got a PS5 a couple of years ago. So PS1
Wow.
a couple of years ago. Because we've been watching on the PS5. It was the reason that I got one because I just really wanted to play this game again. I know people have been able to play it online. I think it still exists as an online game.
You can emulate it, yeah.
But no, it was me and my sister used to play it together because I used to like the scenes that were just like normal run through scenes. My sister liked the ones that were quite.
What do you mean?
Yeah, a bit like Temple Run, you know,
where he goes the distance.
Yeah, where he physically goes the distance, like the Hero's Gauntlet bit, and
yeah. But you like the
where you
side
can't
scrolling.
pause or anything.
You could pause it.
You couldn't, like you
could
couldn't
pause it.
really slow your character down. Do you know what I mean? Because they were constantly running.
Oh, but you could pause the game.
You can pause the game, but you can't like stop like you can do in a normal.
Oh no, but you can make him run slower. I always find
could.
that. Yeah.
But I only just found out from getting the game again that we'd played like a easier version. So there's like a whole scene in the underworld that we'd never played before.
I assume that's for a difficulty higher than.
Yeah, so I was like, "What the hell? We thought we'd always finished it at the end."
Okay.
After the
Oh, so you've not
Titans.
You've not completed it.
We have now because I rang my sister.
Here now.
So bearing in mind she's married now with 2 children.
Yeah.
She came round to my house and we finished that game. Well, how far did you get in the game?
Hey, you know what? That Hydra level is difficult.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I don't know what to do. You have to time it in a certain way. You have to be in a certain place. If I remember correctly,
You've got
I think
timing.
I've got terrible
What?
timing. But yeah, the PS1 game was classic. I think when we moved in, we were like, "Oh, I've got Hercules on PS1," and then you were like, "Oh, I've got Hercules on the PS1."
It was such a beautiful moment.
I think that's when we were like, Same person.
We are the same person.
We are the same person. But Hercules, obviously Greek mythology.
Greek mythology.
Not my bag. I'm not into it. I do appreciate it though.
It seems a bit of an odd route for Disney to have gone down, Greek mythology.
For Americans, that is odd route.
Shut up.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it seems like an odd way for Disney to be going. But then I'd never thought they'd adapt like Hunchback of Notre Dame, so...
That's dark.
That's dark, and a lot of the Greek myths are really dark.
I'd say...
I think you could say the same thing about fairy tales in general.
Yeah, the Grimm fairy tales, they're horrific. Doesn't one of the stepsisters in Cinderella saw her toes off or something to get in there?
There's loads of different horrible variations of it.
Or like the Little Mermaid, she can walk and stuff, but she's in terrible pain when she does.
And then she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it back. Let's do it. Let's go full Grimm on it.
I'd like to see some of the old ones.
But this isn't Grimm. This is Greek.
It is Greek, but even the Greek ones are quite grim as well.
I asked you about, I think we were about halfway through this. I was like, how does this measure up to the Greek myths? And you said basically not at all.
No, so this has been doing the rounds on like Facebook and stuff for ages. About
Oh, it must be true then.
The meme about Zeus, like they make him out to be like this big family man. He's not.
He's a player.
He was Mr. Player, and Hera hated all of his offspring that wasn't with her because he had them everywhere.
But Hercules is hers with him.
I don't believe it was, but I could be wrong. I always thought he was a demigod.
Hercules is, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. He wasn't a full god.
Yeah, that's what demigod means.
Yeah, so they make out in this that he was a full god initially, and then he was made mortal.
Oh, I see.
I think he's always a demigod in the myths, like like Perseus, Theseus, Achilles.
Achilles isn't a god.
I think I'm pretty sure he's a demigod as well, though. There's so many different bloody variations of these myths.
Anyway, this is Disney's version, so it's light, it's fluffy.
It's fluffy, it's cute.
We are thrown headfirst into the gospel truth.
We are.
No, I think that was a stroke of genius getting gospel music in here. Alan Menken, and I don't know who did the lyrics, but Alan Menken did the music. Mm-hmm. And he's a master. We love me some Menken.
We know this from the Little Mermaid one.
Little Mermaid, Little Shop. He did Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
He did Aladdin. A lot of stuff he did with his co-partner Howard Ashman, who sadly passed away before Beauty and the Beast came out. But he's still putting out good stuff.
Yeah.
And this is no exception. Like this is good stuff.
Oh, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of having the Greek chorus in it in general, I think, was absolute genius.
There's 5 women in the Greek chorus, yeah. On the vase.
Well, they're the muses, aren't they?
They're the muses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So using a Greek chorus in this, though, was quite clever.
I think it's a good way to get exposition in for those who are a bit like,
yeah,
too much exposition.
And having them do gospel was just, oh my god.
It's the gospel truth. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I've not heard any music like that before in Disney films. It felt so different.
And honestly, not since. I'll say it. Maybe I think Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog has quite a bit of a gospel number, I think.
Yeah, but that's New Orleans.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
It's not the same.
This is just, it's amazing. I love this so much. It's so uplifting.
The music and the sound in this really, for me anyway, I've always thought it gives it this sort of godlike. I think it's really well done, where it's grand.
Yeah.
It's spectacular, and I think that really adds to. Well, being a kid and whatever, you're like, oh wow, that's Mount Olympus, whatever. But like, watching it, like literally just 5 minutes ago, I was just like, oh shit, this is really good, and it really leaps off the screen.
What did you say to me though before we put this on?
What did I say to you before I put this on?
This one was never one I'd just go and put on.
It wasn't. I'm an Aladdin guy.
Okay.
I think most of the Disney Renaissance I would give 5 stars to. Mm-hmm. This one I don't, and Beauty and the Beast I don't. No offense.
A lot taken.
All the Little Mermaid, banger. Beauty and the Beast.
I think the same about Aladdin.
No, Aladdin's tops.
Just purely because Robbie Williams is the best in Aladdin and nothing else. Sorry, I hated all the other characters. Sorry.
I'm gonna pick you up on you saying Robbie and not Robin.
Robin.
Oh, Robbie Williams not in this.
Yeah. Oh, shut up! It's late.
Wow. Anyway.
Oh my god.
But this isn't perfect because I've got gripes. We'll get to those because you know what my gripes are and it pisses you off.
It makes me so mad, guys.
And you know what? I hope there's someone out there that agrees with me.
Yeah, maybe the same person that believes Babylon is good as well. AKA no one.
There are people that think Babylon's a good film.
People who?
I can't think of any right now.
It's because they don't exist.
Oh, they will. Give it time. It's a cult classic in the making.
Okay, so to take it back to a completely different story.
Okay.
Me and James watched the Disney Robin Hood at the weekend.
Fucking shit.
And everybody acknowledges that is an absolute banger. And
No.
James doesn't think it is.
Absolutely.
He's asked at work, and again, the universal claim is that it's a banger and that James is wrong. So who do we trust here?
I don't trust the fox. That shit fox.
But he's sexy.
He's sexy though, yeah. I'll give you that. Oh,
So
boy.
how are the characters drawn in this? Are these sexy characters?
Oh, everyone's sexy in this. Hades, sexy. Phil, sexy. Pain, oh, sexy. Panic, oh, don't get me started. Whew. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on here. But I think that's the point.
Sexy characters.
Sexy characters. Anyway, we arrive on Mount Olympus, and Zeus is having a baby. Well, he's had a baby with Hera.
Hera, yeah.
Harry. We realise that it's nice, and he makes a horse out of a cloud. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, it creates Pegasus, doesn't he?
Was Pegasus Hercules' thing? Because Pegasus was in I was going to say Flight of the Conchords. Clash of the Titans.
I think he just appears in a few different things.
He's a flying horse.
He is a flying horse.
A horse with wings. They don't exist.
They do not, no.
Or do they? They don't.
Damn it.
But we're introduced to Hades as well. Now, Hades, I think, as far as Disney villains go, for me, there's a top 3. Mm-hmm. Maleficent, of course. Of course.
Okay.
There's Ursula. Mm-hmm. There's Hades.
Where would you put Jafar then?
I would put Jafar 4th, but only because I'd have to have Iago in there with him.
Well, I have a different ranking. I think Judge Frollo's really good.
What are you talking about?
He's really good. He's a real villain, and I also like Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. So okay. So where does what's his face Hades rank for you then?
Hades is still the number 1. I think again that's also universally known that he's the best.
He's a hothead, literally.
Yeah.
He's got flames on his head.
It's because he's so sassy. He's part Disney princess. Must be.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. I buy that. But he's mad at Zeus because he was kicked off of Mount Olympus.
Is he in this story?
Yeah, he mentions it. He mentions it really fast. He's like, "Oh, well, you kicked me off of Mount Olympus."
Oh no, I think he says you've given me this job. Like, so he's got to man the underworld, where it's a constant job for him.
Yeah.
He's not lounging around on Mount Olympus like all the other gods, getting it easy. I think is what his problem is.
Yeah. So can't. Love to, but can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy. You got to work yourself to death. That's why.
Work yourself to death.
And wouldn't you be mad if your brother made you work all the time?
Oh god!
With loads of dead people?
Honestly, if I had a brother, Jesus. So he goes down to the underworld. He's got Hades, and he's got the 3. What are the people called? The 3 people. The one with the eye. The 3 people with the eye.
Oh, the Fates.
The Fates, and they're saying, "Oh, okay, you'll get your own back. Don't worry about this."
Yeah, so they basically look into the future for him, and they say, "Oh yeah, you'll get your own back. You can release the Titans." Mm-hmm. And they will go and fuck Zeus up.
Right, okay, thank God. Yeah.
But your plan won't work if Hercules fights you.
If Hercules fights, you will fail. A word of caution to this tale: if Hercules fights, you will fail. In rhyme, things sink in for me.
Yeah, no wonder you like the Cat in the Hat.
No, but they cut the rhyming out of that.
Oh.
We established that quite early on in the podcast episode. If you'd listened to it, Jade.
I did listen to it.
Did you like that one?
I did like that one. It was so good.
Hi, Jack and Jamie. So he's like, okay, we need a plan then. Let's kill Hercules while we can. So Pain and Panic. Can you do your favourite line?
Yeah. So my favourite line in any film, fact, is, "Come in, your most lugubriousness."
Can you do it in his voice?
I don't know if I can.
Come in, your most lugubriousness.
That's amazing.
Okay, that's fine. But they're his sort of like sidekicks.
Yeah.
And they're sent off to kill Hercules. So
They
kidnap him from Mount Olympus. Mm-hmm. And they feed him this poison. And he's got to drink every last drop.
In order to turn him mortal so they can kill him.
Yeah. No, drinking the last drop killed him, doesn't it?
No, he had to drink it all to be mortal, so then they could kill him. She can't kill him as a god.
This is why he's so strong.
Yes. Did you only just get that?
Just now, yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought he was like...
They even say it in the Gospel Truth song.
I don't listen to music these
So
days.
because he did not drink the last drop, he gets to keep his godlike strength. So thank his lucky stars. Oh my god.
Oh, it's like the muses are in the room.
Oh my
guys.
god, if only they were.
So Hercules is rescued. Well, first of all, I want to talk about the bit I mentioned about the sound design and stuff. Because when Hercules is kidnapped, the music's really swelling because we had this on quite loud, and Hera's like, "Oh, Hercules is," and she's sad and whatever, and then Hades just does a Darth Vader, and he's like, "No!"
Me Zeus.
Yep. and I just think it's like, oh, okay, shit, this is a big deal.
And then we see all the lightning as well. Obviously, he's the god of.
He's god of, what is he the god
He's
of?
god of like thunder, isn't he?
He's the god of gods,
yeah.
isn't he? Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's the king of the gods. So
King? No, he's the god of the gods.
he's the king of the gods.
He's the god of god.
What is
Well,
the god of the gods?
Potato.
I'm like, it's not the same.
It's the same.
Oh, you're the worst.
Hercules is mortal now, but he's still strong, according to you. And he's picked up by a really old man and a middle-aged woman.
Yeah.
Oh, they said, oh, this is what, we've been sent a gift. We've been after a baby for so long and the gods have answered our prayers. No, it's because you're an old man and she's a middle-aged woman. Biologically, that wouldn't work.
That year struggled a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I can't get it up.
Oh.
Anyway, they look after him until he's a teenager.
Teenager, yeah.
He becomes a teenager. And he's clumsy. He's a clumsy boy.
He's more than just like your general awkward teenager.
I would describe him as awkward. I think if I opened the dictionary and saw a picture, there would be a picture of Hercules.
And you.
I'm not awkward. I'm socially awkward. That's different.
Aww. Are you okay?
No. Anyway, he's clumsy. He's got big feet. He's got big ears. His ears are massive.
He does have big ears.
Right? He's wearing
And big eyes as well.
Really bug eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's going to the market or Elvet to help his dad.
Yeah.
We didn't learn the name of.
No,
I think we did.
They've got names, but I don't know what they are.
Fitrion?
I don't know. I'm going to call him Dad.
Father.
Father.
Yeah. And mother.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, oh, let me play frisbee with these kids, and the kids are like, you're a jerk. They call him Jerkules. That's very funny.
It is.
And he wants to help out the shop assistant, voiced by Wayne Knight. Nice. It's always good to see Wayne Knight in a.
I see him working.
I like seeing Wayne Knight. It's the second time he's been in an episode of the podcast this season. Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Right.
wonderful.
He was the guy in the fat guy.
Okay then.
Okay, cool. And Hercules tries to help, and as luck would have it, it just makes everything worse.
He does, yeah. Because he's too strong.
He's a growing boy.
So he knocks the whole like temple where this market is down. And we were saying as this was happening, we both had the same thought at exactly the same time. What scene does that remind you of?
Yeah. It reminds us, thank you, of the scene from The Mummy.
In the library.
In the library with Rachel Weisz.
When she's like, and then they all just literally hit each other.
But then that also reminds me in turn of the bit from The Mummy Returns, where the kid does it in the library, and it's not as good.
No, it's never the same.
It's never the same. It's an old joke, but I appreciate it.
Nice catch, Jerkules.
Yeah, that's the line from this, not The Mummy.
I know it from you.
Okay. And Hercules is sad, and he's like, I don't belong here. There's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And he sings a song. Now, this song. Oh my god. Change. This song. Go the distance.
What did that do to you internally when you...
Well, first of all, it's sung by Mr. Roger Bart, who we appreciate.
We love Roger Bart here.
Girl, love me some Roger B. For those who don't know who Roger Bart is, he is the singing voice for Hercules. And he is in The Producers. He does a lot of West End shows. He plays Carmen Gear. He's currently playing Doc Brown in the Back to the Future musical, but over on Broadway.
You've had the excitement of seeing him, haven't you, as well?
He is magnificent.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, he's in Desperate Housewives as well. He crops up here and
Yeah.
there. He's a bit, if you see him, you know him. This is a bit of a throwback to old Disney, though. Disney don't do this anymore.
No.
Where they have a person doing the voice and then another person doing the singing.
Yeah.
Now they just get actors who can sing.
Who are multi-talented, yeah.
Yeah. I miss the old... Get an actor to do the acting and the singers for the singing. I miss that.
Because sometimes they're very different people as well.
I think Disney's really good, though, where you can't tell.
You can in The Lion King.
But that's because it... Yeah. But that's because Matthew Broderick... I mean, he can sing. Why didn't they get Broderick to do it?
I don't know.
Anyway. But here, it merges well.
Yeah, and I absolutely adore this song. I think it's beautiful.
Well, luckily for you, we get a reprise.
We do. And how loud did we have that on?
It wasn't quite full volume, but I'd have happily gone there.
Would you have gone to distance?
I'd have gone the distance, volume-wise. Oh my god, I think that's one of Disney's best songs.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love how it just flows through the story, and it's really uplifting, and there's something really happy about it. I love it. It starts off in a bit of a sad, like, oh, and ends on a, whoa!
Yeah, I'm going to
do
it!
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah. Hercules himself, he wants to... Well, he's like, oh, I've got to go to the Temple of Zeus.
To find out where I came from.
Yeah, I got to find out what's going off here. I don't belong. And Zeus rocks up.
He does. He doesn't just turn up.
He basically does.
Well, no, 'cause there's a big statue of Zeus, doesn't he? And he lightning bolts it to life.
Yeah. And he's like, my boy.
My little
Hercules. And Hercules, of course, is like, shit scared. But then he says, oh, this is what happened. You were taken from us as a baby, yada, yada, yada. But if you can prove yourself a true hero on Earth, your godhood, you can come back.
I thought he was going to quote that line for line, and I was really excited then.
Hercules, if you can prove yourself a true hero on Earth, then
your godhood would be
restored.
restored.
Yeah, that's it. And he's like, okay, what do I have to do? And he's like, okay, you've got to do godlike deeds, basically. Seek out Philoctetes.
Mm-hmm.
I always laughed at TTs.
Yes, and the thing is you laughed at it again now.
I don't think I did.
You did, you chuckled to yourself.
Yeah, I did, okay, fair enough. But Pegasus rocks up as well. Right? Pegasus is...
And he's an older boy now as well.
He's a big old horse.
And it's cute. They're so cute together.
I think they're good together. So...
I like how you just paused and they're good together.
They're good together. I was going to elaborate on it, but no need.
No
I think
need
they're good together. Fine. So he seeks out Philoctetes.
Mm-hmm.
Philoctetes is in... He's not in hiding, but he's basically a trainer of these big... Not gladiators. What's the word?
It's heroes.
Heroes! Thank you.
But I think almost is like embarrassed of what's happened before with previous heroes he's trained. 'Cause if you notice, like, the island is on, it's just full of, like, all destroyed hero relics.
Yeah.
It's like a head of someone, legs of someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they were great back in the day, but they've all been destroyed because they're dead.
Is that a thing? Is that a metaphor for something? Probably.
Maybe.
Who knows? Not me.
Some of the landscaping of it, though, looks very much like how Pompeii looks now.
What, with the guy, the...
Just like with just the legs on its own and stuff. So I don't know if they...
Oh, Pompeii looks like now.
Yeah.
It was very hot back in the day.
It was very, very warm.
But Phil is a half goat, half man thing, played by half goat, half man thing Danny DeVito. That's unfair.
He looks like his character.
He's good in this.
He's very good in this.
Can he sing? He gives it a go.
He doesn't need to though, because it's one of those songs that you say it. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Do you though? Because I've heard you sing.
I say most of the shit I'm saying.
I don't know. I've ladies and gentlemen, I've seen him absolutely kick ass.
That's not the point. I'm not fishing for compliments, but thank you.
But it's correct, so take it. And
okay,
move on.
fine. But can Danny DeVito do it?
Again, he doesn't need to. He doesn't have a big vocal moment. Do you know what I mean? It's just a song he says, and he doesn't need to do much more.
It's very in his range.
Yeah. Plus, again, a lot of it you're looking at the imagery because it's a montage.
It's a montage. Oh, I love a montage.
And it's great watching him kind of fail at stuff, and then you start seeing him getting better. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good old little montage.
Yeah.
But now Hercules is old. He looks like he does on the poster.
Well, he's not old, is he?
He's older. He's 18. He's
a young adult.
He's a big boy. And so he's gone, oh, okay, I'm ready now. My training is complete.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go be a hero. So off they go on Pegasus. And they think, oh, okay, we've got to look for some crime or a natural disaster, something I can do.
They're going to Thebes, aren't they? Until they hear the screaming.
Yeah, Oh, this fucking... Okay.
And then they end up in the forest.
They end up in the forest and there's... they encounter Meg.
Is it a centaur?
It's a centaur, yeah.
Centaur, and there's Meg.
She's in distress.
Yeah, so he's giving her hassle.
Yeah. But she's giving him sass. Oh.
As she should.
Okay.
If a gent's getting handsy with you, you need to be sassy.
I appreciate that. That's a fair point. But she can't handle it.
She thinks she's handling it, though.
Yeah. I'm a damsel. I'm in distress.
I can handle this. Have a nice day.
You can't handle this because you fucking screamed a minute ago. Anyway. Meg as a character is something that I hate. And this is something we disagree on.
You could not be more wrong.
I appreciate I might be in the minority here.
You are the minority, just you.
I think it is just me who doesn't like Meg, but I can't stand her.
I love her. I love her design.
Mm-hmm.
I love how she talks.
Mm-hmm.
I think she seems more like a real person than some of the Disney princesses that we've had.
Whoa! Which ones?
Cinderella.
Oh yeah, the
Cinderella,
older
Snow
ones.
White.
Yeah,
Do they feel like
they
people
don't
that
count.
You could know?
Babe, you're going full Rachel Zegler on me. You gotta calm down.
I mean, I love those films.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, but they're very
Of their time.
cookie cutter. Do you know what I mean?
Cookie cutter.
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Hungry for cookies. Whereas Meg felt like it was a character that when I was growing up, I want to be like Meg. She's sassy.
She is sassy. Yeah, I get that, and I do see the appeal. I genuinely do. Mm-hmm. But I can't get on board with her.
Because I always liked the fact she's very aware of herself, and I quite liked that.
Yeah. I don't think she... Well, obviously, later on, we realise she's got ulterior motives.
We do, but we don't know that initially.
We don't, but I've seen... The thing is, I've seen this film before. So, I've not recovered from those first bits of hurt. I was already in pain about the popcorn.
About to say the popcorn's upset you.
I was already upset about that. And then Meg... Oh, we'll get to it. But, forgive but don't forget. Am I wrong? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway...
But you're wrong. With that point, yes, but you're completely wrong about your analysis of Meg.
That's fair. I just don't like her.
And you're wrong.
Okay, fine. You know what? I'd rather be wrong and right in my own way. What?
No one believes you.
Okay, fine. If anyone hates Meg, please write in because
no one hates Meg. Just James.
Is it just me? This is going to happen a lot on this podcast,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes, because you don't know your movies. You're
I
terrible.
know my movies. I just don't like my Megs. Which is why I didn't like them big sharks.
I like my Megs as a shark.
I do prefer those. If Meg was an actual massive shark,
this would have been a whole different film.
Oh, I'd watch it. I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
Only if Jason Statham can turn up halfway through and punch it in the face.
Yeah. You right, chum? No, you'd say something
Yeah.
like that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Anyway, off they go to Thebes.
After rescuing Meg.
And we realise that Meg is not under the control, but under the thumb of Hades. She made a deal quite a long while ago. Mm-hmm. It didn't pay off for her.
No.
And she's basically top of the payroll.
Yeah, so she's got to work for him now. She's got certain, is it sentence she's got to work for him for?
Is there a sentence?
Yeah, that's what he says. So because she didn't get the River Guardian on his side,
mm-hmm.
the centaur, instead of getting 2 years off a sentence, he adds another 2 on.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got to work for him for longer.
A little bit longer, yeah. And then this is where... she goes, I would have got the centaur on my team, but Hercules rocked up, and then Hades flips.
Like, where do I know that name?
Hercules. I don't know, maybe we owe him money. Good joke. But obviously Hades thought Hercules was dead. Pain and Panic said, he's as good as dead because he's mortal.
Yeah.
You can kill him.
So Hades he feels quite confident at that point. He's like, oh, okay, we've still got time to correct this then. We can get him gone in the meantime
mm-hmm.
and still get ready for this big uprising I'm planning.
And this time, no foul-ups.
No foul-ups. Only foul-ups.
Meanwhile, we arrive at Thebes.
Mm-hmm.
My favourite level of the PlayStation 1 game.
Again,
by a country mile, I'm sorry.
It's not the best one, guys. If you are going to play the game, don't play that bit.
Hercules! That's something you'd say in the game.
That is something they said a lot in the game.
Yeah, because every time you pick up a Hercules, that's what you say. Hercules.
Yeah.
You have to pick up the H and the E and the...
You have to get all the letters.
All the letters, yeah.
You have to get the 4 pots as well, so you just get a password.
Yeah! Which is I struggled with, but I always thought you got the password anyway.
No, you had to get the 4 pots. You had to get 4 pots to get a password.
Oh, okay. My bad. It's been a while since I played it, to be fair.
Well, you weren't very good when you were playing it.
Well,
so
you know what? I'm going to dig out the PS1.
Oh, it's only in that cupboard just there.
Yes, I know, but I'm going to dig it out.
You're going to dig it? I'm going to open
I'm
the
going to have a
cupboard
good
door.
old dig. I'm going to have a diggy. I'm going to get it.
Never say that again.
Okay. They arrive at Thebes. Thebes is terrible. Earthquakes, floods. You name it. They've had
Everything.
it. Smallpox? Probably. Bouts of diarrhea? Maybe.
Everything.
Who knows?
COVID.
Probably not. And they say, oh, we've had all these heroes. You know, they all die, whatever.
We need a professional hero.
We need a new hero. And then Hercules goes, oh, look at me, I'm a hero. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hooray for me. And they don't believe him.
No, they're like, literally, you're just hot air. What have you done before?
Special shout out to Sundial guy.
Oh, yeah. So before they meet these people who are basically talking about, oh, woe is Thebes, he sees this man comes out of nowhere and does a bit of a streaker sort of
Well,
thing, doesn't
it implies that he flashes them.
Yeah, and he just goes, we want to buy
He
a
goes,
sundial.
Hey, Mac. And then flashes them. And then it turns out he's got loads of little sundials in his thing. Everyone's favourite character.
It's mine. I still quote that to this day. I quoted it not long ago,
I
didn't I?
want to buy a sundial.
And I quote this movie quite a lot.
You do?
It's just one of those, it's just so quotable.
Yeah, you do. It is quotable.
Yeah.
I think it's going to work its way into my vocabulary now.
A lot of my things already are, so... You're a thief.
What?
You're a thief of words.
Is that from the film, or is that something you're just saying?
Just a thing.
Oh, okay. I've never had an original thought. Everything I've ever said stolen.
Oh, dear me.
Anyway, they go, okay, there's a problem though. We've got 2 people stuck under a rock. 2 kids under a rock. Let's see how this pans out. Mm-hmm. Natural disaster. Let's go.
So he's getting all excited. It's like, whoa, I can push this rock up. And everyone's going to love me.
Mm-hmm. It's not enough. He sorts them out. Somebody call IXII. It's my favourite joke in this.
Oh, my God.
911.
So the little boys get out. We then find out it's pain and panic, and it was all a big ruse to get Hercules to move the big boulder off of this hole. Mm-hmm. And what lives inside the hole, James?
My mum.
I knew it!
The Hydra!
The Hydra.
Now, we didn't look into this. We should have looked into this. But we think the Hydra is CGI.
Yeah.
Because it's not quite... It looks different.
It does look different, but my God, is it scary.
It is scary. I've always thought that. You know when you see the eyes, it's like when in the cave?
It's its jaw that moves as well for me, no? It's
like a snake almost.
Yeah, it's the way it screeches as well.
It's a horrible noise, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's great. I love that entire sequence.
I'd say it's the best part of the film.
Yeah, it's so creative.
Yeah. Obviously, Hercules realises quite early on that, you cut off one head, 2 more shall take its place.
Yeah.
This is the nature of Hydras.
Yes. But he keeps doing it anyway.
He does it anyway, and then Phil goes, will you forget the head slicing thing?
So he just ends up with millions of these Hydra heads out of nowhere.
It's creepy.
When he turns around and you kind of see what he's then looking at, that shot's great.
Yeah, well, you've got a good eye for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he bashes on the side of the mountain, all these rocks fall on the Hydra, and they take him with it. So you think Hercules is dead.
Yeah, alongside said Hydra.
Yeah, and I think, oh, by the way, when Hades says, hey guys, relax, it's only halftime, that is the halfway point of the film.
Pleasing.
I'm just letting you know.
There you go, guys.
That is a fact I know. Can I have a round of applause?
Round of applause for you.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be a bit louder.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hercules is fine, though.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone believes that he's the hero that's come to save the day.
Yeah, we get a fake out, don't we? It's like, oh, is he dead? Oh, he's not. He's in the hand.
Yeah, he's in the hand.
And it's like, oh, is the Hydra waking up? No, because he's in the hand.
He's in the hand. Hercules is in the hand.
Hercules in hand.
They say that a Hercules in the hand is worth 2 in a bush.
Shut up. You are not funny. I knew exactly where that was coming from.
Yeah. So everyone loves Hercules. Big hero. He's got merchandise now. They sing a song about him.
So we get an absolutely incredible song here.
Zero to Hero.
Zero to Hero is an absolute banger.
Mm-hmm.
Certified.
A certified banger? Yeah. Absolutely.
And again, it's a montage song again.
It is. We do like him, though.
We'd love it. We get to see him fight all these different monsters and Hades getting more and more pissed.
Do you feel a bit ripped off that some of these monster fights were put in a montage and not just drawn out to make this film a little bit longer?
Not really, because they're all quite short. Like, he destroyed them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because he's confident now as well.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's fought the the weird dude in the forest. It's fought the Hydra. I think that's the scariest monster out of all of them.
He's Person of the Week in every Greek opinion poll.
You like that quote, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
That was my Twitter bio for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay. And no one ever noticed. Few men. Anyway, Hades is mad. He's mad about this.
He is.
And he goes, Pain and Panic seem to enjoy it because they were in his merchandise.
And we get the absolutely epic line, "What are those?"
I don't know, I just thought they were kind of dashy. And then we get the even more iconic line, which is just, thirsty. He's having a little drink. Anyway, they say, oh, Meg's like, haha, you're losing, whatever.
You're losing. He's literally, what is he? He's dodging every curve you throw at him.
Yeah.
And that gives Hades the idea, and he looks at the camera and he gives
He's like, whoa, got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, well, he must have a weakness. Because he's a guy.
He's a man. What kind of curve have I not thrown at him yet? A woman.
Yes! Woman!
Woman.
Oh.
Man's downfall.
Arguably. So, yes, let's get Meg involved.
So Hades makes a deal with Meg that you find out what his weakness is, and I'm going to give you your freedom back.
Yeah. So Meg goes up to him and she tries. He's like.
So she tries. So she gets Hercules out on a date.
I really don't like her. I know you do, but she's got ulterior motives. Yes, she falls in love with him accidentally, but she went there to get information.
I mean, if you've got the god of the underworld.
I know.
You have a soul pact with. Are you going to say no to it?
I know she needs her freedom. I get that. That's fine. But she does it. She's going to betray Hercules.
Well, she goes with the intent, but she doesn't follow through with it.
Follow through.
Shut
up. But yeah, she accidentally falls in love with him. So you could say this would be a good point to put a Counting Crows song in there.
Accidentally in love. Oh
no, we get an equal banger. I won't say I'm in love.
Oh, I was thinking of the Shrek song.
Oh, right.
But no, we get I Won't Say I'm in Love, the song that I used to sing all the time with my sister in the back garden, as you do.
At least out loud, I won't say I'm in love.
I sang it out loud, and I shouldn't have done.
That's a nice song.
I love that song, and I love the muses in that song. It's a great one.
Mm-hmm. There's one muse that really makes me laugh every single time. You know which one I'm talking about.
It's a small one.
It's a small one.
Yeah. She's full of sass, isn't she?
She's the best. I love her. Give her a spin-off.
Yeah, give her her own chick, but she's not herself without them all. They all work together collectively as a group.
Oh yeah. Would you watch a film called Muses?
But the muses are meant to be a muse to you, so.
Oh, is that why I find them amusing?
Shut up.
Phil finds out that Meg and Herc have gone on a date. He's mad. Takes Hercules away, and then he gets hit by a tree.
Yeah.
On the way, flying.
On the way to the training arena.
So he's around when Hades turns up and says, Meg, come on, what you got for me? Give me some goss. And so Phil hears this and goes, oh, she's working for Hades. And he takes off the information to Hercules. Am I right?
That's correct.
That's correct.
But he doesn't hear the full conversation because she won't tell him anything. Mm-hmm. Because she says, I won't let you hurt him.
Sad, innit?
What's sad? She's a queen. I won't hear you say anything about it.
I won't say she's a bitch, that's why.
She's not. She's a queen. But then we see Hercules in his training.
He's in love.
And he's all in love and acting all silly. And Phil tries to warn him about Meg. And he won't listen to it. And so he puts hoes before bros.
He does. And then Phil gets mad and he's got, oh, okay, I'm going to leave then.
He's really hurt and betrayed in that scene.
It's sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of betrayal, we've got another one coming up from Meg herself. Actual bitch, Meg.
So Hades turns up at the arena.
Gonna make a deal.
With Meg, and he makes it out like she's in danger.
Is he a gambler? He makes a lot of deals. Yeah.
Well, the devil makes a lot of deals, doesn't he, in general?
The devil went down to Georgia.
They played that on the radio today.
That's a banger! That's neither here nor there.
I know, but I needed to tell you that.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
We then get this kind of like, oh, Meg's in trouble. You need to make a deal so she'll be out of trouble.
But I'm going to take your strength away from you for 24 hours. And then Hercules goes, okay, people are going to die though, right? And Hades is like, well, yeah, people are going to die.
Well, maybe some of them.
It's a war, but whatever.
Yeah.
But Hercules goes, yep, that's fine with me. I'm fine with those terms and conditions. Is that heroic?
Well, no, because Hades says a line and he goes, isn't she more important than them? And then he goes, isn't she? And he clearly thinks she is more important than everyone
else. Is he
else.
gaslighted into doing this? Is that what gaslighting is?
No.
Seems like gaslighting to me.
But I was like, well, why would she be more important? Because she keeps like shaking her head like, no, don't say it's me. Like, go after, don't make this deal with him, but he does it anyway.
Yeah.
I think he's just foolish and stupid because he's in love.
He's 18 years old.
He's thinking with his penis.
Penis! Anyway. So, he's got no powers, can't fight anything, and then Hades unleashes the Titans. You got a rocky one, you got a frozen one, you've got a lava one.
And the tornado.
And the Cyclops. That is all of them, I think. Am I missing one?
So we've got the Titans are unleashed in order to cause chaos to Mount Olympus.
Yeah, and they do well.
How do you find their design?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I always have liked it, you know?
Yeah. Do you find them scary?
I did when I was a kid. Obviously now I still am scared, but some of them are scarier than the others.
Which ones? Put me in an order of scary.
Do you want a ranking of the Titans? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I've never cared for the tornado one. That's just a tornado.
Okay.
Gust of wind, give a shit. Then one up from that would be the lava one, because I think he's goopy. You know?
Yeah.
The rock one I don't have any fondness for, but I like his design the most.
Okay.
But I'm still putting him second. And then
The ice one.
the ice one. I think that's because he's spindly. He's like a skeleton,
Yeah.
but not. I just like it.
Oh, I'm glad you do.
Is that the right ranking?
I used to put the lava guy first.
Really?
Well, imagine lava going over land like that. You'd be fucked.
Well, yeah. Pompeii, innit?
Yeah, I thought that. So I used to have a fascination with volcanoes as a child. So seeing like a big lava monster was quite cool for me, but also really terrifying. So you'd have been first.
Yeah, okay.
Then the ice guy, then the tornado, then the rock guy.
Then the rock guy, okay. Are we both putting Cyclops at the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Cyclops
okay, cool.
is shit.
But anyway, Cyclops has got a side mission where he has to go off and kill Hercules.
But we also get one of the best lines in the film in this bit with the Titans going to Olympus.
They go the wrong way. It's like, Olympus would be that way. And then there's a beat. And then they're like, oh, they carry on doing their destruction.
Melt
things.
Zeus!
Mount Zeus! Zeus! It's great. It's all kicking off. Here. Hercules doesn't stand a chance. He lives longer than I thought he would.
He shouldn't have survived the first
hit.
The first hit, no.
No. But Meg goes to get Pegasus. He's like, I know you don't trust me, but Herc's in trouble. Everyone's got common ground here.
They do. So
they all hate Meg, and they all want Hercules to be okay.
So she goes to fetch Phil, who's trying to get on the first boat out of there.
What does he need me for when he's got friends like you? Ugh, Meg.
Stop it! I won't hear a bad word said about her.
Just say
She's
it.
incredible.
She never apologises.
She does. She says, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, but then she dies.
Well, that's the thing. She say that we're jumping ahead a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But she brings Phil back. Phil gets Hercules all riled back up, and he defeats the Cyclops.
He does an Empire Strikes Back on him.
He does.
Yeah.
And we like to see it.
We do like to see that. But then there's not a breeze block. What am I thinking of? A column. A Roman Greek column. Or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's gonna fall on Hercules. It's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And Meg goes, Herc, watch out.
And she knocks him out of the way and gets crushed.
Yes, but she dies much, much later.
Yeah, so she dies quite slowly.
Yeah.
But because she's gotten hurt, Hercules gets all his powers back.
That was the caveat in one of the deals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's got his powers back, but she's dying.
But she's dying. So the first thing she makes him do is to go and save Mount Olympus, all the gods from the Titans.
Something like that. It's quite... You really do get a good sense of scale. There's a scene, there's a shot where you can see it's from like the inside of a temple outwards, but then there's a Cyclops there. And the Cyclops massive.
Yeah.
Compared to all these little drawings of all these little people.
Yeah.
And I just think it's generally quite frightening and exciting.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like this really does balance really well. Kind of images that are a little bit scary, but also quite cool.
Yeah, and when it goes I think it cuts between the two, where there's the Battle of Mount Olympus
And then the
there's
Battle of Thebes.
The Battle of Thebes. But I never thought, oh, these are just drawings. I thought those are people, those are gods.
Yeah.
Just by how they're drawn.
Yeah.
I think that's
even the music as well, when they're getting towards what's happening with the gods, you know, when they start like getting all the thunderbolts ready, the music just completely changes.
Yeah.
And it's quite
deep
and melodic. I love it.
I genuinely think it's quite spectacular.
Yeah.
And I don't think Disney's really topped it in terms of like a big... I think this is the peak for them.
I love this. I think the sense of scale with it is perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. Zeus is fine.
Yeah, because Hercules goes and fucks shit up.
He goes fuck shit up, and then Zeus goes and fucks shit up, and the Titans are killed or whatever. And
we also get another really great line with Pegasus and Hades.
Where's my hero?
He plays his hero.
Yeah. And so Hades retreats to the underworld. He's like, I'm gonna kill her. She's gonna die. Hercules rushes back to Meg, who is on death's door. By the way, resting on a rock.
Yeah, so when she's first initially crushed by this column, they put her under this rock. That looks like the least comfiest place she could be.
I would agree. He doesn't get to her in time. She dies.
No, she dies.
Because the Fates, the Eye People, they cut the cord of life.
Yeah, so they cut the cord and she is gone.
She is dead.
And you were like, good.
Good. Sorry.
No.
Don't miss her.
No, we do miss her.
No,
She's
we don't.
beautiful. I love her.
She's beautiful, but we
love her.
Yeah, okay, fine. But Hercules loves her. My boy Hercules is in love.
He's in love with her.
So he goes to the underworld and he goes, okay.
We're going to make a deal, Hades.
My life for hers.
Yeah.
And Hades is like, yeah, fine. Well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I win here. And then Hercules goes swimming in the green pit of souls.
The river Styx.
River Styx?
Isn't it the river Styx?
No.
Pretty sure it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's really famous. Where the souls go in the underworld.
I don't know. I've not read any books.
It's okay. So yeah, so he goes into the big river.
The big green pool.
To go and fetch a soul.
But he's getting old.
Yes, it's aging him.
And the Fates are like, okay, we're going to cut the cord on him as well.
Yeah.
And then we're going to win. The cord doesn't cut, it snags the scissors and it turns gold.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what's the matter with these scissors?
The thread won't cut.
Right? He's a god. He's done something to get his godlike status back.
My God, how good is that scene? Where we see that that's how we know, because it's a big build up as he's getting older and he's grabbing the hand.
Yeah,
and
you think he's done for.
all of a sudden when the thread goes, it changes to gold, and then he puts his hand up and you see all of his skin's shining it. Oh my God, I love it.
And then the music's like.
It's breathtaking.
And then Hades is like, you can't do that. You'd have to be a god.
A god, and then it's just, oh my God.
And then there's a big swell of music. Oh,
it's a wonderful piece of animation.
I genuinely think this is top tier Disney for days.
I told you it was.
I think I've always liked it, but not to the point where, like, tonight I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And then he punches Hades in the face.
Yeah. Oh, I deserve that. Punches Hades into the big green pool. Or the sticky river.
The river Styx, yeah.
And
we get Pain and Panic doing the...
You mean? Yeah.
He's going to be so angry when he gets out of there.
You mean? If he gets out of there.
If it's
good. Yeah. Hercules goes up to Mount Olympus with Meg. And Phil and Pegasus. Mm-hmm. The awesome foursome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zeus is like, oh, you're a god now. God isn't measured by the... He says something.
Yeah.
What does he say? By the amount of his strength, but the strength of his heart.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm paraphrasing.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And he can go back to Mount Olympus. But Hercules...
He doesn't want to. And also, how would Meg have got home? She's been brought up to Mount Olympus on a cloud. Yeah. How's she getting back?
Would it not be easy to make Meg a god?
You can't just make them a god, otherwise they'd have just made...
Well, why didn't her sacrificing herself for Hercules isn't a god-like thing to do?
No. She's not a hero as well, though, is she? Or the daughter of a god.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Helen of Troy did nothing spectacular, but she's the daughter of a god and she ended up in Mount Olympus at the end, so...
Sure.
So that's the thing. She doesn't get it, unfortunately.
Ah, that's a shame.
Oh, poor Meg.
Poor Meg. Mortal Meg. Shitty Meg. And... But Hercules goes, oh, actually, I'd like to stay here. I finally found where I belong.
And it's so cute.
It's quite nice. I don't buy it, but it's quite nice.
You should buy it. It's beautiful.
And so Hercules is mortal, and they have a big celebration
In Mount Olympus, and then back in Thebes. Because Phil finally gets a kiss off of a woman.
He gets a kiss off a woman, not just any woman.
He gets Aphrodite.
Oh yes, he does. And Phil earlier in the film says, "I just want people to look up in the stars and see the constellations and the heroes and stuff, and say, oh, that's Phil's boy." Anyway, cut to at the end of the movie, where Zeus is doing his thing. He's putting his constellations up, and one of Hercules, and then someone goes, "That's Phil's boy," and then Phil starts. You get to tear in his eyes.
We've got A Star Is Born playing in the background as well.
Honestly, I think I well up every time when I see.
You certainly did tonight.
I did. Honestly, I did. That's Phil's boy. That gets me.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're all getting their happy ending. So Hercules and Meg get each other. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Pegasus is still able to be pet.
He's a horse. He doesn't give a shit.
Well, he gets to be with Hercules. He loves being with them.
Yeah.
And Phil gets his dream of having the hero. They're like a family, and I love that.
Yeah. It's nice. And it ends. We carry on with the gospel music all into the... We do get a weird version of Go the Distance by Mr. Michael Bolton.
I don't hate it, though.
I don't hate it.
Because we used to get... Do you remember in the 90s, you'd always get... I think we still do it a little bit.
We still get it.
But you'd always get a slow version of whatever the big song was in the film. So like Pocahontas, there was the Vanessa What's-Her-Face version of... Colours of the Wind.
In Lion King, you get the actual Elton John version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
No, it's Circle of Life, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
Little Mermaid, I think you might get a different version of Kiss the Girl, Beauty and the Beast. You would have.
You always got something, yeah.
It was,
but it was a duet, wasn't it?
Yes. Bocelli? Am I making that up?
I don't know. Was Celine Dion something? I can't remember.
Celine Dion did something for the new one.
I don't know. But we always got like a bit of a cringy, over credits one.
I do miss it.
We get this with Michael Bolton in this.
It's fine. I do wish Disney would go back to it a little bit.
I think Demi Lovato did one for Moana.
Lovato, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to say her second name, but it was quite nasally and...
Well, that's...
It didn't have the heart and the tackiness that some of these other ones have.
Yeah,
and I miss that.
I miss it. Bring it back. Also, bring back hand-drawn animation. There's something about the start. Hercules is timeless. There are no jokes about, like... I think Aladdin's aged a bit poorly because of all the references that the genie does. Mm-hmm. Where you think, oh, I don't know, that's not...
Well, like, trying to be like Jack Nicholson and stuff.
Yeah.
People uneducated people of our generation. Like, for example, my niece would not understand this.
Exactly. Whereas this is a bit more timeless.
Yeah.
And therefore, as good as. Not better, as good as.
I absolutely adore this film. I think it's perfect.
Is it better than Space Jam?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Good. It is. It is. It was always going to be.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm glad we watched it again.
I know. It's so feel-good and happy. I love it so much.
I honestly can't remember the last time I watched it.
Seriously. I watched it during the pandemic and it was just as great as I remembered it being.
It's Hercules.
I can't watch it loads because I think I spoil it for myself if I do. But I think I maybe watch it like once or twice a year and I love it when I do.
Okay. It's a banger.
It is a banger.
Is it your favourite Disney?
I think it's my favourite Disney
Would you
film.
say top 5?
It's in my top 5, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'd say it's in my top 5 as well.
It sits there with like The Little Mermaid and stuff for me.
Yeah.
I know you don't agree with this one, but Hunchback of Notre Dame sits in there as well for me.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I love that film, and I shouldn't, but I do.
I'm not going to do The Hunchback of Notre Dame on the podcast.
Why?
I think it's a slog.
You think wrong, because you thought Robin Hood was bad.
Yeah, no, I stand by that.
I think you should poll it. I'd ask people, say, is Robin Hood a bad film?
I already have. No, I haven't. I'm doing that in a few days.
I feel like you should, because I don't think it is.
I'm doing it in a few days, and I'm pretty sure. I'm in the minority. I like what I like, Jade. I don't like Robin Hood or Meg. Again,
to quote Indiana Jones, you've chosen poorly.
Thank you for talking Hercules with me.
You're very welcome.
Aaron Jude watches. We hope we did you proud.
I know. I'm sad that you didn't get to do this, but hopefully you guys will get to do another one.
I think he's going to come on again at some point when he's less busy.
Maybe you should do Robin Hood.
No.
Why?
I don't want to put him through it. Also, I don't want to ever watch that film again.
Well, you just bought it for me on Blu-ray.
I bought it for you, where you can watch it when I'm not in the house.
Why would you say that to me?
I'm just... I buy things for you, but the stipulations.
I can't watch them when you're there.
Yeah.
Next on the podcast, guys, Grease 2.
Ugh! Thank you for talking, Hercules.
You're welcome.
Bless my soul. Herc was on a roll.
Come in your most lugubriousness.
Come in your most lugubriousness. Bye, folks.
Bye.